You ever see a man in uniform, badge shining, chest puffed like he owns the whole damn sidewalk, slam a woman half his size onto the pavement like he's putting out a fire, broad daylight, no warning, just wham, body meets concrete, and everyone stops breathing for a second like time just hiccuped. Yeah, that happened. And the best part? He picked the wrong woman. Let me take you back a bit. Quiet town somewhere in Georgia, just past 3 o'clock. Autumn sunlight was spilling like honey over cracked sidewalks, and the breeze carried that mix of chimney smoke and dried leaves, the kind of day that makes you forget for just a moment how ugly the world can get. And standing there, outside a local pharmacy on Sycamore Street, was Riley Monroe, mid-50s, calm, wearing an old navy hoodie that had been through more wash cycles than most marriages. She wasn't doing anything wild, just picking up some arthritis meds for her elderly neighbor. Her left hand clutched that familiar white paper bag. Right hand? Tucked in her hoodie pocket like she had all the time in the world. Riley wasn't anyone special, not if you looked quick. But if you paused, if you really looked, you'd see the steel in her spine. The way she stood, not stiff, not cocky, just balanced. Like someone who'd spent decades knowing exactly what to do when something starts to go sideways. Because she had. See, what no one in that plaza knew, not the teenager tying her sneaker, not the mailman tapping at his scanner, was that Riley Monroe was a retired Air Force captain, flown drones in hostile zones, sat in rooms where lives were decided with a nod. She knew tension, she knew silence, and she damn sure knew when she was being watched. She felt it before she saw it. The rumble of a cruiser's engine, the kind that doesn't just roll by, it hunts. Her breath caught, just slightly, and she turned, slow and measured. Black and white squad car, no lights, no siren, just presence. Then the doors opened. 2 officers stepped out like they were walking into a saloon showdown. One of them, Officer Brent Callahan, young, tall, skin pale and tight over cheekbones that hadn't smiled in a while. Eyes hidden behind mirrored sunglasses, arms swinging like he owned the pavement. The other, Officer Kevin Dorsey, looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. His steps were unsure, like his conscience was dragging behind him, slowing him down. "Ma'am," Callahan said, tone already thick with something sour, "can we see some ID?" No reason given, no report, just that loaded word, "ma'am," shaped like a bullet. Riley didn't flinch. She reached into her pocket, handed over her license. No attitude, no sass, just calm. Callahan read the name out loud, slow like he was testing it on his tongue. "Riley Monroe, huh? You got something to hide?" She met his gaze, steady as stone. "I'm being careful. That's not the same thing." Now, if it had stopped there, this would be a different story. But it didn't. Callahan didn't like her tone, or her calm, or maybe just didn't like that a black woman didn't look scared. And then it happened, fast and stupid. "Turn around," he barked, "hands behind your back." "What's the charge?" she asked, still steady. "You're resisting." "I haven't moved." But he didn't care. He shoved her, face first. Concrete kissed her cheek, rough, hot, uninvited. The paper bag burst open beside her, pills scattered like spilled secrets. And Riley, she just lay there for a moment, eyes wide, gravel biting into her skin, blood starting to warm the corner of her mouth, but still silent. She didn't scream, she didn't thrash, she just breathed, deliberate, controlled, because that was her resistance. The plaza went dead quiet. Phones were already up, recording. People didn't yell. Not yet. They watched. Watched like witnesses. Watched like judges. Officer Dorsey shifted, unease creeping up his neck like sweat. "Brent," he mumbled. "What?" Callahan snapped. "She's resisting. Look at her." "No, she's not," Dorsey said, this time louder, but still too soft. And Riley, even pinned, even bleeding, spoke again. "My name is Captain Riley Monroe. U.S. Air Force retired, call it in." And that's when the tone shifted. Callahan froze for just a second, blinked. "What did you say?" "Call it in, my name, my rank, this location." But Callahan didn't. He just stared, calculating, second-guessing, jaw twitching like a man trying to hold a story together with duct tape and spit. Then Dorsey did it. He touched his radio. And what came through that speaker changed everything. "Dispatch. Repeat last. Did you say Captain Riley Monroe? What's your location?" Silence. Then, Secure the scene. Do not lay another hand on her. Senior command is en route. And right then, you could feel it. Callahan knew. He knew he'd just messed with the wrong damn person. 10 minutes later, like clockwork, the black SUV pulled in, unmarked, low to the ground, tinted windows that didn't need to be flashy to scream federal. Out stepped a woman, sharp suit, sharp eyes, walked straight up to Riley, who by then was sitting on the curb, cuffs loose, posture straight despite the bruise swelling near her brow. Captain Monroe, the woman said, not a question, not surprise, just recognition. Riley nodded. Are you alone? I was, she replied. Not anymore. And right there, right on that sidewalk, everything flipped. Callahan's weapon and badge were taken, placed in a sealed evidence bag, resting like guilt on the hood of his own cruiser. He didn't speak, not once. Dorsey stood off to the side, arms crossed, face blank, but not defiant, just hollow. And the crowd, still there, still filming. But now they were leaning in, not with rage, but with awe. Because this wasn't just about race. It wasn't just about abuse of power. It was about assumptions. And what happens when those assumptions run headfirst into the truth? Later that evening, videos flooded social media. The hashtags lit up. Wing Captain Monroe, Rung Sidewalk Justice. You'll know her name. But it wasn't just the headlines that hit hard. It was the footage, frame by frame, of a woman face down, blood at her lip, saying her name and rank, like a battle cry. Riley didn't give a press conference. She didn't sue. She didn't cry on camera. She showed up a week later to a town hall, wore a blazer, dog tag peeking just under the lapel. And when they handed her the mic, she didn't yell. She said this, I served this country for 31 years. I've worn the flag on my sleeve in war zones and watched friends die defending it. I came home thinking I'd earned peace, but peace, it seems, still depends on what people see when they look at you. I want oversight, I want reform, but most of all, I want the next black woman, the next senior citizen, the next nobody, to be treated like somebody, before they have to say their title. The room went still. Even the air felt like it was holding its breath. Callahan was fired within 48 hours, charged with civil rights violations and excessive force. No pension, no quiet exit, just a press release buried under the weight of shame. Dorsey? He left the force quietly. No statement, just gone. And Riley? Well, she's still there, still walking Sycamore Street, still picking up meds for her neighbor, still wearing that same navy hoodie, except now folks look at her differently, with recognition, with respect, and maybe with a little guilt. One afternoon, weeks later, a woman approached her at the park bench near the pharmacy. Mid-30s, nervous energy. I was there that day, she said softly. My daughter asked me why they were hurting the lady with the calm voice, and I didn't know what to tell her. You know, Riley smiled faintly. Not warm, not cold, just real. And she said, tell her, I'm still here, because dignity, once claimed, doesn't ask for permission. It just stands. Now let me ask you this. If Riley hadn't worn that rank, hadn't served in those rooms, hadn't had that badge in her past, would anyone have listened? Would the SUV have shown up? Or would she still be a number in a report? Maybe not even that? Drop a comment. Tell me what you think. Was justice served? Or is this just another mirror, reflecting a system too blind to see who's standing right in front of it?